You are scrolling late at night, and you find it. 7 days in the Caribbean, on a brand new ship the size of a small city, for less than $500. You cannot believe the deal. You feel like you are getting away with something. You are not. You were chosen because that ship cost about $2 billion to build. It carries 7,000 passengers, and it has to fill every single cabin on every single sailing, or the math collapses. So the ticket is not really the product they are selling. The ticket is the bait. It is priced low, sometimes barely above cost, for one reason: to get you on board, because once the gangway lifts, you cannot leave. You cannot comparison shop, and for 7 days there is only one place in the world to spend your money: theirs. By the end of this video, you will see the 3 businesses hiding behind that cheap ticket. A loss leader, designed to fill a $2 billion ship at almost any price. A floating casino and shopping mall, engineered so you never quite see what you are spending. And a private island flying a foreign flag, built so that almost none of the money ever touches a tax. The vacation was never the product. You were the cargo. Start with the ticket itself, because the ticket is a trick. A modern cruise ship is one of the most expensive objects a private company can build. $2 billion of steel that has to sail, fueled and crewed, whether it is half empty or packed to the rails. The costs barely move, so the entire business depends on one thing above all else: a full ship. And to fill it, the cruise lines will sell that last cabin for almost nothing. Here is the part that should change how you read that deal. Across the whole industry, only about 2/3 of the money comes from tickets. The other third comes from what you spend after you are already on board. And that second pile of money, the onboard money, is where almost all of the profit actually lives. The ticket gets you through the door at cost. The week you spend trapped inside is where they make it back, and then some. You did not find a bargain. You walked into a trap that was priced to look like one. So what happens once you are on board? This is where it gets clever. The moment you step on, they take your cash away. Not by force, by design. Your room key becomes the only money on the ship. It unlocks your cabin, it turns on your lights, and it pays for everything. With a single tap, no notes, no coins, no running total in your hand. You just tap and tap and tap. You will not feel it happening. That is the design, as one clinical psychologist put it. The system is built to make you feel completely free, and the whole point is that it quietly disconnects you from your own spending. You will not feel the bill until the last morning, when it slides under your door like a verdict. And what are you tapping for? Start with the casino, which only opens once the ship is far enough from land that no country's laws apply. Out there, in international waters, the cruise line is the regulator. The slot machines can keep about 1 in every $4 you feed them, and they never have to tell you the odds. Then the drink package, where the real trick is the rule that every adult in your cabin has to buy it if even one of you does. So the light drinker subsidizes the heavy one. Then the excursions, where the ship can take half of what you pay for a tour you could have booked yourself on the dock for a fraction of the price. But none of that is the strangest thing they sell you. The strangest business on the water is the art auction. On a typical ship, a gallery hands out free champagne, dims the Wi-Fi so you cannot look anything up, and auctions prints as fine art. One couple bought 3 Salvador Dali prints on board for nearly $20,000. An independent appraiser back home valued one of them at around $800. A jury later found the company had been selling art with forged signatures. Add it all up, and the average passenger spends hundreds of dollars on board. On top of the ticket, almost half the fare all over again. You did not buy a vacation. You boarded a casino that takes 7 days to cash you out. Which brings us to the cleverest layer of all, the one that happens off the ship entirely. Halfway through the cruise, they take you to paradise, a private island, white sand, clear water, your own little slice of the Caribbean, except it is not the Caribbean's. The island is owned by the cruise line. Royal Caribbean spent $250 million building one. Carnival spent $600 million on another. And the reason is simple. On a normal island, your beach day leaks. You buy lunch from a local, a drink from a beach bar, a trinket from a market, and that money stays in that country. On a company island, there are no locals to leak to. Every cabana, every drink, every photo flows straight back to the same company that sold you the ticket. They did not buy you a beach. They closed the last loophole in your wallet. But now follow the money one step further to where these companies actually pay their taxes. The answer is almost nowhere. Carnival is run from Miami, but it is incorporated in Panama. Royal Caribbean is run from Miami, but it is incorporated in Liberia. Through an old shipping exemption in the tax code, these multi-billion-dollar American companies pay an effective tax rate of around 1%, not the 21% a normal company pays. And the same foreign flags that erase the tax also erase the labor laws. The crew who clean your cabin and cook your food, mostly from the Philippines, Indonesia, and India, often earn a few $100s a month, working 10-hour days, 7 days a week, for months on end, living in a crew corridor below the waterline that passengers never see. The ship floats in a country that does not exist, so that almost nobody on it has to follow the rules of the one it sailed from. So how did anyone build a machine this perfect? For that, meet the man who started it all, and the price he paid trying to escape his own creation. His name was Ted Arison. In 1972, he founded Carnival with a single second-hand ship that ran aground on its very first voyage. He built it into the largest cruise empire on Earth. And along the way, for fun, he founded the Miami Heat. He became a billionaire many times over. And then he did something that tells you everything about how these companies think about money. In 1990, Ted Arison renounced his American citizenship. He gave up his country and moved to Israel for one reason: to keep the American government from ever taxing his fortune. There was just one catch in the law. To make the escape permanent, he had to stay out of the United States, alive, for 10 full years. He spent the rest of his life racing that clock, reportedly telling a court his only real goal was to survive to the year 2000. He died in 1999, about 9 months short. The man who built the ultimate tax escape could not quite outrun it himself, and the family trust he left behind is, to this day, the exact legal mechanism that keeps Carnival's tax rate down near 1%. So if the machine is this good, what could possibly sink it? And this is where the smart money stops looking at the brochure and starts reading the registration papers. The business has never been stronger. A record 37 million people cruised last year, and more are booked for this one. Carnival just paid down a mountain of pandemic debt, earned back its investment-grade rating, and started paying a dividend again. By every normal measure, it is thriving. But the cracks are real. That 1% tax rate has finally caught Washington's eye, and when a cabinet secretary merely floated taxing the cruise lines, billions in market value evaporated in a single afternoon. The machine is sensitive, it just is not fragile. Cities from Venice to Barcelona to Juneau are capping or banning the ships outright, tired of being a backdrop that pays no rent. But notice what the smart money is not actually worried about. None of those cracks touch the real machine. The ships still sail full. The wristband still works. The island still owns your beach day. A higher tax bill or a banned port is a cost, not a cure. The most likely ending here is not the sinking of the machine. It is the machine, taxed a little more, docked in a few less places, and still pulling away from the harbor with every cabin full and every wallet open. So the next time you find that deal, the one that feels too good to be true, look at it one more time. You were never the lucky one who beat the system. You are the reason the ship sails. You are the wallet it was built to open, the cargo it was designed to carry, and the only customer on Earth who pays to be locked in for a week and calls it a holiday. So here is the only question that actually matters. Now that you can see the whole machine, the lost leader, the floating casino, and the island under a foreign flag, what do you do the next time that $500 week in paradise lands in your feed? Do you finally close the tab and book something you can walk away from? Or do you click anyway, tap your way through the week, and tell yourself you got a deal? Be honest. Tell me in the comments. I genuinely want to know.